Welcome back, everyone, to the GOATcast podcast. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Hope you're having a great time. I am CW with the festive fro here, Big Nige. What's going on, Big Nige?
Man, big dog just woke up. I'm a little sluggish right now. Sandman done got me, but
unwrapping all the gifts, you got tired. So big money over there. So in a few hours, we will be witnessing Christmas Day games. Most people say this is the true start of the season, Christmas Day. So everything else that happened before now, who cares? So this is when the game should pick up some. And we got a pretty good lineup. So we're going to do a rapid style predictions for these games. So first up, we have Milwaukee at New York, the Knicks and Bucks. Who you got there?
I got the Bucks in this one. Pretty quick, straightforward. They've been taking it to the Knicks, so nothing new there.
Yeah, they pretty much had the Knicks number so far this year, so I got to go Milwaukee. Golden State, they're ramped it back up. They're at the defending champions Denver Nuggets house. What you think there? Is that a beatdown or?
That's a Christmas beating. Yeah, Nuggets are gonna beat them like they stole some money from them.
So the Grinch is gonna show up for old Steph and them.
Yeah.
Then we go to your boys, the Boston Celtics at the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers been on a little skid ever since they won that big old championship over there. So can they take down the Boston Celtics?
'Tis the season for another Christmas Day Lakers beating. Nah, Lakers are getting robbed.
No hope. Tatum is day to day, so
robbed.
Okay, so I got to go with you, Boston. It'll be a good game, but I think it'll be a close game. Philly, who's playing really, really well right now. The Philadelphia 76ers at the Miami Heat. I think that's going to be one-sided. What you think?
Embiid is going to go for another monster night. It'll be a close game because I think Jimmy might give him a little bit extra that night. But I still got the Sixers, probably 5-10.
Yeah, I think the Sixers should have their way with. I mean, it'll be a good game, but they'll get the W there. And then the main event of the night, to some, Luka and his Dallas Mavericks at the Phoenix Suns, who have been looking a little sad right now. They're not playing to the best of their abilities. So who you got in the 10:30 game?
I got the Suns, even though I don't want to pick against Luka. I just think KD and Book gonna light it up. Mavs don't got that many solid defenders, and neither do the Suns. But
exactly,
I got the Suns in that
game. You think KD and Booker will show up on Christmas Day?
I think they'll show up and deliver all kinds of buckets to the Mavs.
Okay, so those are our predictions for the Christmas Day games. The one person that will not be on our TV screen on Christmas Day is Zion Williamson. Now, you scoffed at the fact when I said that the New Orleans Pelicans might need to trade good old Zion before the trade deadline. But some news has been coming out that due to him not meeting certain criteria for his contract, his next 3 years will be non-guaranteed. Of course, he'll get his base salary, but he won't get the full amount unless he, does some things to rectify that. So Big Perk and Shannon Sharp had a few things to say about old Zion. So we're going to listen to them real quick and get their point of view.
Zion going to have to make some tough decisions. Does he really want to play basketball? Because for the longest time, I said, well, Zion really loved. You don't love something if he loved the game of basketball, he would get his weight under control. He would take training serious. There's no possible way you can say you love something and then go out and do the things that's totally opposite of what you're saying. I mean, for him, he had to miss fewer than 23 games in order to avoid the last 3 years of his contract being voided. Non-guaranteed. He missed 53 games. And now they got these, just think about this, Perk. The mere fact that I've never had a weight clause, I've never had any kind of clause in my contract. And for him to put this, and I told him when he was at Duke, normally big kids grow up to be big adults. Oh, Shadow, you don't know he gonna get in shape. I said, do you understand? College kids don't have money. If you find a kid that's overweight in college with no money, what the hell you think gonna happen if you give him 100 or 200 million? He ain't eating Pop-Tarts. He ain't eating Cheetos. He eating 10-course meals. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing because this man have all the assets to get a personal chef, to have the best trainers. But you can get all that. The personal chef, the personal trainer. What about personal accountability, Perk? That's what this is. This ain't about no chef. This ain't about no trainer. This ain't about the New Orleans Pelicans. This is about Zion Williamson lacking personal accountability until he sees it within himself to see what he's doing to his NBA future. Nothing's going to change and nothing matters.
So with that said, can Zion prove everyone wrong and get himself back on track? Is the fact that the Pelicans had to put these incentives in his contract a bad look for Zion and his work ethic? What do you think?
Zion's like Draymond Green, except instead of fighting his way out of problems, he eats his way out of problems. And all right, so the thing you gotta look at with Zion, he's not averaging bad numbers. Like, they're a little bit down. Like, he's 22 a game, which is the lowest of his rookie season. We're used to Zion flirting with like 27.5 to 27, like the last two seasons. So again, he took a little hit on his scoring. Right, he's increased his playmaking, getting his numbers to 4.6 assists per game this season. 5.8 rebounds. Kind of underwhelming when he's, as big as he is, he can jump as high as he can. His efficiency took a little dive, but he's still, 57%, so that's really good. Obviously, he's never been a strong three-point shooter, with 29% from the three, 1 steal a game, 0.3 blocks. It's just, I think, his minutes are pretty low this season at about 30 minutes a game. I'd like to see him jump up to maybe like 35, 30, 34, 35. Give him a couple more possessions to maybe turn some of these numbers around. Because I know Ingram's averaging about 33, 34, 33.4, something like that this season. So it's kind of strange that Zion's so low in the minutes, but I know they're trying to work him back into shape and get his conditioning up. But I mean, it's a lazy look for him. It makes him look out of shape, not committed, and it just looks like people are wasting time on him. And everything that we have known about Draymond to that example, we know Draymond's not changing. You can suspend him, you can tell him no, slap him on the wrist, tell him to not touch that stove, but he's going to continue burning himself and everybody who's in his path. And I don't see Zion changing. I really think another perspective that people aren't looking at is because they put all these incentives and stuff in his contract, this might be his reaction. I'm not going to do anything that y'all say. I'm a grown man. Either y'all want my talents and my eating habits, or y'all just don't want me at all. And I think Zion's starting to show people, you keep pushing me, I'm not going to give y'all what y'all want. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to eat myself the other way. And I think that's what's going on.
So you think this is who Zion is? This is what you're going to get, and take it or leave it.
I think the Pelicans sent the wrong message when they said that. We feel you're too lazy, so we're going to put stipulations in your contract, your money that we're going to pay you. We're going to say you need to eat this certain way. You need to make sure your weight is a certain way, which could be fair considering his weight is out of control a little bit. But it's the fact that they said it out loud and put it on paper. His response is, all right, forget y'all. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm still make that money, eat my food, and y'all don't like it, y'all can trade me.
Well, the thing that made me understand who Zion was, I guess it was this year when it was the end of last season when he was physically able to play, but he said mentally he wasn't in the right place to help his team. Now you think about guys like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, were they ever do anything like that. If their team was on the brink of playoffs or the play-in, would they just sit out because they're mentally not able to go and just leave their teammates to the Wolves, or would they play?
We're talking about beyond great though. Like, we're not talking about just the average Joe Schmo.
So Zion's not a great. He doesn't have the ability to be one of the greats.
I'm not saying he don't have the ability. He just doesn't. That's not who he is right now, because he's only like, what, 22, 23?
I mean, I have an example. Michael Jordan, his second season, broke his foot, was out most of the season, came back in the playoffs when they need him. I mean, they still got a first-round exit, but he was young. He could have just said, you know what, this season's a wash. I'm going to, just get myself together for the next season. Nope, he came out there. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a good look for Zion, and I think my hot take is getting a little hotter right now. It's getting real spicy. So
they need him. They just need him to play more minutes and fill up the stat sheet more, not just scoring, but get 7-8 rebounds a game. That's easy for him. The assist department, you can let CJ McCollum, now that he's back and playing, let him take over that. Zion should be 27 and 10 in his sleep, easily.
I agree, but there's been some greats that just couldn't stay on the floor. I hope he doesn't trend towards Brandon Roy. He had no choice. His body just broke down on him. T-Mac, he had some great years, but his body broke down. Penny, but maybe he'll trend towards another player that had a rough start, which was Steph Curry. People forget about Steph. He had an ankle injury early in his career, and he was out a lot for the Golden State Warriors. So much people were mad when they traded Monte Ellis instead of him for Andrew Bogut. They wanted Steph gone. Now they are glorifying Steph so much. I know you like the segue, that Shaq even said that Steph might be inching his way into the GOAT debate. Is he somehow clawing his way into that debate that seems to be down to 3 players, but is Steph climbing his way into that Mount Rushmore-esque area? And I'll play this quick clip by Shaq where he's giving his thoughts on that.
I'm wondering, not saying, I'm just wondering, because he's been consistently the best shooter his whole career. I'm wondering, is it time to start putting him as the best player of all time?
Best player? You put him over you?
In the conversation.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
You put him over you. You yourself put Steph Curry over you.
Yeah, this is why he's my favorite player.
I'm not saying favorite. He might be my favorite too, but I'm just asking you think he's better than you.
I played 20 years, watched 20 years before that. I've never seen a guy like him. And he's doing it consistently, and he has championships.
So is Steph Curry inching his way into the GOAT debate? If yes, why? If not, what is he missing? What do you think?
All right, so just looking at my top 5 list, who he is not a part of, I'm going to give you again. LeBron, MJ, Kareem, Magic, and Duncan. Now, the reason why I said Magic Johnson is because him and Steph Curry play the same position. They don't play the same, but Magic Johnson is still regarded as the greatest point guard of all time by your boy Michael Jordan. That is correct. That is a fact.
He's right.
So right now, Curry, who has respectable and commendable accolades, 4 chips, 1 Finals MVP. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. 2 MVPs, the first unanimous MVP, which LeBron should have definitely been that, but some random voter guy wanted to vote for Carmelo Anthony, whatever. 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA, 2 scoring titles, and he's known as the greatest shooter to ever walk this planet, right? That's a lot of great in his department. But he is not nowhere in that conversation yet. I think the main thing is the Finals MVPs, because when I go to my list, you got Magic with 3 MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs, right? I'm not even gonna get into. Of course, he still has 5 chips. 9-time All NBA, so he's getting there in terms of his All NBA selections. 12-time All Star to Curry's 9. Curry still got probably 4, 5, 6 more years, maybe, depending on how long he wants to play, to get some more accolades. Then we get to Duncan, 5-time champ, 2-time Finals MVP. Kareem, 6-time champ, 6-time MVP, 2-time Finals MVP. Excuse me, 6-time chips. 6 chips for MJ, we already know. 6 Finals MVPs. LeBron, 4 chips, 4 Finals MVPs. Everybody on my list outside of, everybody on my list has at least 2 Finals MVPs. Steph Curry only has 1. All right, so that's one of the main things that puts him apart from these guys, because you need to go. Yes, he's got 4 chips, but 2 of those chips, he wasn't the best player on his own team. That was Kevin Durant. So when you look at that and people play this revisionist history game later down his career, they're not going to see, Steph has maybe 6 chips, but then when they see that he's only got 2 Finals MVPs or 1 Finals MVP, if he gets that, up to 6 chips, who has he been playing with? Why does he have 6 rings but barely any Finals MVPs, right? And then, but you look at MJ, Bron, Kobe, Kareem, these guys were the guys for their team. Like when the game was close, that ball was going to them. And that was for Steph for, majority of his career. But when he was going up against LeBron, they needed Kevin Durant. They needed someone who could match LeBron to go toe-to-toe with him. So when it came down to the final moments, Steph Curry wasn't shaking in his boots and throwing up a bunch of 40-footers and hitting the broad side of a barn. All right? And that's just what it is. He needs some more accolades and definitely more Finals MVPs before he's even in the discussion for a top 5, let alone a GOAT debate.
Okay. Interesting take. It's a little different than mine, but when you think about the GOAT, you think about certain criteria. You went a little different ways than I did with that, but I think of leadership. Steph has that. He was, even with Kevin Durant, you said Kevin Durant was the best player, but who was the head of the snake of that? It was still Steph's team. It was never Kevin Durant and the Warriors. It was Steph Curry and the Warriors. So he has the leadership. Yes. And then you think about...
Go back and watch them series? Because we all know.
We could talk about the series, but I'm saying that was still Steph's team.
It was his team, but he was not.
So he was the leader of that. Mike was the leader of his teams. LeBron's leader of his teams for the most part.
But there ain't no way. You put LeBron in that situation, right? If LeBron had, somebody like a Kevin Durant and he outperformed him, because Kevin Durant did outperform Curry in those finals, and let someone else win Finals MVP, and then you try to put LeBron's name in a GOAT debate. You know how people would eviscerate that man? You can't even put Curry in the GOAT debate because half of his chips.
Oh, come on now.
Gift wrapped, hand delivered from Kevin Durant himself.
Well, I could say one of LeBron's chips was the same because Adam Silver suspended Draymond Green, basically gave them another ring.
And what has Draymond Green been doing since? He's been proving Adam Silver right. This man kicking people in the groin.
Anyway, Steph is the leader, was the leader, and is the leader of the Golden State Warriors. So he gets a check there. Has he changed the game? Absolutely. You go to any basketball game now, you have a bunch of mini Stephs out there, high school, middle school, AAU. You see everyone shooting a 3 from half court, trying to emulate Steph Curry. So there's a check. Does he have rings? Check. Does he have accolades? You said 2-time MVP. He's made history by having the most 3-point corners of all time. He did that in short order too. He was very young when he did it. So there's a check there. So your knock was he doesn't have enough Finals MVP. Mine is defense. He's been lucky. He's been surrounded by stellar defenders. He's had Clay, Draymond, Andre Iguodala. Those guys can, and I think he did have 1 year where he was the steals leader, but I think that's a stat that's kind of misleading because Allen Iverson has never been known for his defense, and he's won a steals title, so that's not something to brag about. But I just think of it like this: for any of those players in the GOAT debate, if it's Game 7, 10 seconds left, are you going to pick Steph to guard the opposing team's best player and have any kind of assurance that he's going to get a stop?
No.
Okay. How about Mike? If I say put Mike on him, you feel a little better?
Yeah, obviously.
LeBron?
Yes.
Kareem?
Yeah,
depends on the player, but
I don't want to be Kareem on Steph Curry.
I mean, but Kareem, 10 3 seconds left. Kareem can do enough on a smaller guy to make them adjust.
Yeah, that man Kareem get barbecued, dog.
Come on. Well, either way, Kareem has some all defensive, plenty of all defensive nods. So that's my biggest nod. That's the only reason I would say Steph is not quite in that debate. But he checks every other box to me. And
you're good with one Finals MVP?
Yeah, I mean,
the GOAT debate. Come on,
the GOAT debate. Yeah, I'm okay with one Finals MVP because of how he's changed the entire game of basketball. You can't overlook that.
But we talking about the greatest
But you
players
can't
to ever
overlook
play.
that. You can't overlook that.
That would mean you're okay with comparing him to Michael Jordan?
He ain't there yet. I'm just saying he's not there yet. He's close.
But you're okay with one. So you're telling me if he finishes his career with one Finals MVP, you're good with that?
Depends on what else he does in that time frame.
Answer the question, Chuck.
I said it depends on how he finishes out his career.
So give me your ideal scenario then. How you think he finishes his career out that you think he's prepared?
I think he can. I don't know if he can carry the Golden State to another championship, but I think he can become a bona fide role player like a Jason Kidd on another team. He can go to another team, be a spot up shooter, contribute that way, and finish his career with maybe 1 or 2 more rings. And then, I mean, it's hard to put him in the GOAT debate without those Finals MVPs, but I still think that look at all he's done in his career. Okay, so he, like I said, anybody that's changed the game, he's got rings, he's got accolades, he's made history. Why would he not be considered one of the greats?
He only got 2 MVPs, man. And only one Finals MVP.
How many does Duncan have? How many does Kobe have? Kobe has 1.
Listen, okay.
Kobe has 1 MVP.
And he's got 5 of these things, man. Chip.
Okay. Well,
everybody reveres Kobe Bryant.
Steph has 4. He's just 1 off.
But we're talking about comparing him to the GOATs, right? The MJ Mike debate, MJ LeBron. You want to put Curry in there? His accolades pale in comparison to both of them. Not just MJ. He ain't even gonna catch Bron. And you got Bron at number 3? Number 2, whatever.
I mean,
whatever crazy thing that you said.
He's got a chance to catch Bron. I'll just say that.
In what world? He's the all-time scoring leader. Are you insane?
Well, he's the all-time 3-point.
That don't mean nothing.
3 points made,
but put that in perspective. He has made the most 3-pointers in the entire NBA, and still is nowhere close to how many points LeBron has. Let that sink in.
Well, how many more years has LeBron played than Steph?
I'm just saying though. We talking about the all-time shooter. Threes are worth more than 2s, right?
Yeah.
And LeBron's still miles ahead of him.
But also, and this is taking it to another level, but we're going to switch to something else here in a second. But like I said, Steph early in his career missed a lot of games because of ankle.
That ain't Bron's fault, and that ain't...
Well, that's why he doesn't have all the points that LeBron has. But if he plays as many years as LeBron, I'm sure he can make that gap a lot smaller.
I mean, there's a lot of ifs in the NBA that we ain't gonna ever see.
Okay,
You know,
well, his
his
career is not over.
Get hurt. What about what if Shaq and Kobe never broke that duo up? What would they have done? We'll never know. All we can do is look at
there's
what's
plenty
and what we got in front of them.
From what I see, Steph has plenty of basketball left in him. So
the Warriors don't. They stink. They ain't going nowhere.
His years with the Warriors might be coming to an end, but I don't think he's coming to an end as a player.
He ain't going no. Where the heck, man? Where's Steph gonna go? Man, Steph is the Warriors. If anything, everybody else going before Steph.
Well, maybe Steph wants to go. Maybe we can entice him to come back home, and he can help his
and what?
Charlotte Hornets.
Help the Hornets win double-digit games. Really?
He can bring us a championship.
He can bring us maybe to the playoffs, but that's it. You like Steph against them boys out there in the East?
Steph already cooked your boy enough time for you to give him some more respect than you're giving him. But
who he cooking? He ain't cooking nobody over here, man.
He's been cooking. He's been cooking LeBron since he got in the league. So
man,
anyway,
LeBron been punching that layup off the backboard since I can remember. Maybe it's punching that thing, man.
He sent LeBron packing. LeBron gave up.
Yeah, he packed with Kevin Durant on his team. Yeah, he sent the league packing. He would have sent MJ packing too with that team. Oh yeah.
We ain't even gonna discuss that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it.
MJ and Pitt would definitely get packed up by
they are about to honor the 96 Bulls, who are, of course, the greatest team of all time. Would have crushed the Golden State Warriors.
73-9 win Golden State Warriors.
With ease. Beat them with ease.
Got beat by Braun.
But anyway, I got 4 questions for you as we end this very festive Christmas episode. So just give me your first reaction to all of these questions. I know you don't have no idea what these are. So we're gonna rapid fire them. First one, with Ja Morant back, do the Grizzlies have a chance to at best make the playoffs, or at worst make the play-in?
Yeah, I think so. I think they could definitely catch some of these bottom tier Western Conference teams, and the way that they look when they played the Pelicans, I'm good with them going over the Pelicans if I don't gonna play like this. So there's more teams that I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, the Grizzlies are definitely a play-in worthy team, depending on how much traction they pick up from now until then.
Gotcha. Now this one hit close to home for you. Are the NBA Cup Lakers an anomaly? Are the NBA Cup Lakers an anomaly, and the current version are who they really are, or have they taken their foot off the gas?
Personally speaking, I think they took their foot off the gas. I think they about to make some moves in the trade deadline, shake things up a bit, so they don't want to commit, too much. That's why Bron and AD in and out of the lineup. I think they're waiting for that second part of the season push, the second push of the season, and I think they're going to revamp, take whatever pieces they got left over from the trade deadline and just keep pushing. I think it's good.
Okay. I sort of agree, but I think they definitely have some work to do. Now, here's another question. Will the 2023-2024 season have produced multiple worst teams of all time? So we're talking about the Wizards, the Spurs, the Pistons. Will this season have produced some of the worst teams ever in the NBA?
I mean, I would say so. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't got the list in front of me, but I mean, when you got a team who's lost that many games in the Pistons, and you got the Spurs right there with them, with Wemby.
And it's only December.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they stink.
I definitely agree there, unfortunately. Final question. Which team or teams absolutely positively need a trade right now to stay afloat in their respective conference?
Stay afloat in their respective conferences. I think the Lakers need to make a move just because I think there's a lot of pieces who, they were going into the season with a lot of depth. Players like Gabe Vincent haven't even really contributed yet. They played a few games, shot a lot of bricks, and then got hurt. I like to see them maybe take, like I said, like a piece or two from that depth and go get a more established scorer. Like if you can get a Zach LaVine, that would be better for us. For a short term, not a long term thing, because I don't think he's that much of a game changer. I think the Kings need to make a move. Obviously, the Warriors need to find something that works for them. I know they're giving the younger players some more minutes, and that seems like it's helping. But I'd like for them to get maybe another piece or two, maybe another defensive-minded wing for a deeper playoff run should they make it that far. And Milwaukee, dude, even though they have looked pretty good as of late, what is working for them is regular season. I don't think what they have constructed is good enough for a deep postseason run. They could mess around and lose to a team like the Sixers, because if Dame has one of them all-time stinkers, it's just basically back to last season where you had basically Drew Holiday, where he was getting cooked left and right, could throw it in the ocean, and you got Middleton aging before our eyes, looking like a fossil out there. So it's just Giannis and then some. So they need to make a move to get some insurance in case Dame Lillard has another all-time stinker.
Okay. Well, that's all I have for today. We're going to close out this Christmas episode. Got anything to say to the people?
Hope you have a great Christmas. I hope your favorite team loses like mine. And if y'all get some coal this year, you deserved it.
Oh, wow. Look at the Grinch. Anyway. Okay, we're going to end this one. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Check us out on all the major podcasting platforms, minus Podbean. We're not on there anymore because they want to make you pay. So I said no. But anyway, so like you said, have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your time. Hope you get a lot of relaxation and hope you enjoy these upcoming games. Hope you enjoy this episode.